everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. We are here in a fresh new space, if you can't tell. We thought we'd switch up a bit, do a little bit of A and B testing. We have a lot to get through today. I kind of want to do a little bit of like a ranty vibe because I have a lot that happened. So let's get to it. Weekly updates / product faves. I want to talk about something that I don't know why I have never mentioned it on the podcast before because it's something I'm very passionate about, aka dogs, aka animals. But something that I came across, not this weekend, but it may have been last weekend, that literally rattled me to my core.
Oh, yeah.
And that was basically, so I do dog walking and dog sitting. I was doing it full time before starting my new job now. But one of my last clients that I went to, I'm not going to get too much into detail because I guess like it's personal about
Confidentiality.
Confidential. But basically, I walk into this place and this dog is just flat out neglected. Like you can tell the fur, the way it looks, where it was, how long it was alone. Like I literally cried. Like the whole week that I was with this dog, asked my mom, asked Sam, like I would not stop thinking about it. I couldn't eat properly. I couldn't sleep properly because of how neglected this dog was. I called animal welfare. I called animal services. They unfortunately didn't do anything because I think the laws here in Ontario are a little bit, I don't know, like they're not the greatest, I think, for animal welfare. But my point is that I want to say this, and if I ruffle a few feathers, I don't really care. If you cannot provide your dog with the basic necessities, and that does not include, that's not only shelter, water, and food, then you should not own it. Because I've seen homeless people treat their dogs better and in better care and condition than this dog was in.
This dog was literally left
house in Richmond Hill.
This dog was literally left in a basement.
Dungy, dirty ass basement.
You know when your basement's unfinished? It was an unfinished basement on the concrete floor, no bed, no blanket.
While the owners were on vacation.
Not sure if the owners always leave him like that, but whether they always leave him like that when they're home or not, the fact that they left him like that for 5 days straight and Fran was only there for 1 hour or 2 hours each day in the morning and night. Like that dog was on a cold basement floor. His fur was so grown out and matted. His eyes were so deep into his face because of the fur and mats all over him.
Yeah,
his nose was infected. His paws were inverted because he had mobility issues and they didn't take care of it.
His harness was on him for so long that when I took it off, it was indented. The indentation.
I don't want to talk too long about this because it actually makes me sad.
No, literally. But I just want to say, like, if you cannot provide your dog with food, adequate food, water, shelter, love, care, affection, like just basic things, you should not own it. If you can't afford, I'm so sorry, to take your dog to a boarding or actually get a house sitter or have someone take care of your dog while you're away or a groomer, you shouldn't be on vacation. You should not go on vacation or you shouldn't have a dog. Like, I think it boggles my mind that people just
there's two extremes. Sometimes I honestly, like me and Fran fight over this all the time. She's a little bit extreme with our dogs, like too much. Like they don't need 20,000 things as a part of their meal.
No,
they don't need 3 hours of exercise every single day or more. Like they don't necessarily need that. Like that's great if you can provide it, but like you can't always uphold that standard and then make yourself feel bad when you don't have that standard. So there is that extreme. But then there's the extreme that we witnessed with this dog. And I think that like if you are having a feeling that somebody is not caring for their dog or their pet or their animal, whatever, don't be afraid to call animal welfare or animal services because you remain anonymous. They didn't know it was Fran. They obviously probably assumed, but like they didn't give any name. So if you ever think like, oh my God, this animal does not look good, call animal services. Call them because every animal deserves to be cared for. And the more people that call, the more animal service will take into account. Like there was neighbors around the area that noticed that this dog was a little bit neglected. And when they saw Fran, they were like, oh yeah, I did notice something. But they never called. No one ever did anything about it. I know people want to stay in their own lane. But it's like, if you see something, do something about it. And I want to move on from this.
You're the voice for animals. Yeah. Like, they don't have voices. You're the eyes, ears, you know? Anyways, that was one weekly update that just bothered the fuck out of me.
So you guys know that's something that we've been really into lately is talking about women's health, is doing a little bit more research into like the wellness space as it has to do with women. You know that we had Mimi on the podcast last time where we talked a lot about HPV awareness, which is obviously very heavily linked to women's health. We talked about holistic wellness insights and how doing less is actually doing more for you in this whole like era of wellness trends and all of that. And I've been trying to figure out different ways to implement wellness into my routine that makes everything like a lot more easier for me. One of the things that we have come across is it's called a fertility ring. Okay, it's called a Femometer fertility ring. I'm wearing it right now. I'm not wearing it to like optimize fertility at this stage in my life. You can, but it also is to track your cycle, to track your temperature while you sleep, and to help you optimize your daily routine for where you're at in your cycle. We have all of the period apps, we have all of that, but this is connected to your actual body and measures your body temperature while you sleep.
Yeah, and you can sync it also to your phone. There's an app that comes with it, so you can see all of the personalized insights, which is really cool.
We'll share it on the screen.
And it tracks your cycle, so you know where you are in your cycle. It also tracks your sleep patterns, your activity patterns, your heart rate, kind of shows you where you're at, like if you need more rest, if you need some more exercise. So, and it's cute and like functional.
I was going to say, like, it looks really cute.
It is pretty cute. It's like a modern little jewelry statement piece. So we've been loving that. And if you are interested, you can head over to the Femometer website and use code CHENTO020 for 20% off.
And stay tuned. We're going to talk a lot more about women's health, menstrual cycles, infradian rhythms and things like that, because as I'm getting older, I'm realizing how important it is to really focus on wellness from the inside as opposed to just all of these superficial TikTok trends. And that starts from like the very thing that makes us women, and that's our menstrual cycle. So stay tuned because we're going to talk more about it. But in the meantime, go take a look at Femometer. It honestly has been really great for me. Okay. I want to talk about a couple of things, actually. Let me pull up my notes because there's just like, it's a ramble. I've been on a rampage. First things first, are we all seeing the whole Canon event trend on TikTok?
What's that?
So the Canon event trend on TikTok is a popular meme inspired by the concept from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. In the movie, a Canon event is a significant, inevitable moment in a character's life that shapes who they are, often something challenging or painful that leads to growth or like your character development. So people are using this like trend on TikTok and are like top 5 Canon events for girls. And they're listing their Canon events, okay? So I'm going to list some and you're going to let me know what you think. Canon event as a woman, dating an ugly guy and having them cheat on you. Character development.
Okay, I mean, I've never experienced that, but
Befriending the girl who can't keep a friend. I've experienced that.
befriending a girl who can't keep a friend. Yeah,
Because I befriended her and then she did not keep me.
I have one. Befriending the girl who treats you like you're her wife.
What?
Befriending the girl who treats you like you're in a relationship with her. Like who acts like you're like her partner. Like, where are you going? Who are you going with? Like that kind of friend. That's a Canon
Seeing your
event.
full name in a group chat you're not in.
Seeing what?
Basically seeing your name in a group chat that you're not in.
So
like on
talking
someone's
shit?
phone. Yeah.
That's happened to me
to me.
before.
Okay, here's another one. Top 5 Canon events. Getting left for a girl with opposite hair to you. Canon event.
That is tragic. That is tragic. Like if your boyfriend had, if you knew your boyfriend, like just say liked blondes, but always just dated brunettes and like you're a brunette and his next girlfriend was a blonde, that would suck.
That's like he found his one true love.
Yeah, like that kind
after
of
you.
sucks.
Growing up ugly and then adjusting to everyone treating you differently. I don't get it.
Okay.
Number 3, an older man. Canon event.
Like dating an older man? Like how old?
Just like the phenomenon, like just like the aura
Of
of
an
like an
older
older man
man?
who you might find like not like that you date, but just like the aura of like an older man.
I've never experienced that, so I mean, I don't really know what aura that is.
Okay, I've definitely experienced that. Not in like a romantic way, obviously, but my very first job was literally part of a team of all older men. And this one, he was really nice. Everyone else treated me like an assistant. Like they all treated me like their bitch. Like, Sam, can you go get me coffee?
Oh my God.
Sam, I remember I pulled up in my dad's car. It was a commercial real estate developer, and so we were at one of the developments, and I pulled up in my dad's car. My car was in the shop, and at the time, my dad drove a Porsche, so I drove the Porsche, and I remember them saying to the client that was there, they're like, "Oh, look at that! Our assistant drives a nicer car than us," and so they all started laughing, and I was like,
But were you not? Your position was not assistant.
"No, I was not. My title was not assistant." Okay.
That's fucked.
I was in marketing. I was like the marketing girl. Okay. Anyways, where was I going with this? But there was one of the guys on the team. He was obviously older, like they were older than me, and his aura was just like
comforting,
like like it was like comforting, but not creepy and not like my dad.
My old VP was like that. My old VP was like that.
That vibe where it's like,
you know what I'm talking about?
yeah, it's like they're not like dad vibes, but they're also
you can
not
like talk and chat with them, but it's not like.
But they inspire you at the same time.
Yeah, they're like cool. I cried to him so many times. He was like so chill about it.
Okay. Number 4, the best friend that was in love with you. Canon event.
Yeah, I just said that.
You've had that?
I just said that. Your best friend who like treats you like she's like.
But
your
you've
girlfriend.
had that?
Yeah, so I'm not gonna say who. I'll tell you after. But can you guess who?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Next, top 5 Canon events for every girl. Okay. Number 1, that one guy you never dated. I literally know which one for you.
Oh, I know.
Oh my god.
I know which one for me.
Bro,
I know which one for me
she
too.
literally has videos on her old MacBook of her like manifesting dating this guy.
I was obsessed with him. For what reason?
I don't
know. There's nothing special about him.
At all. No offense. Life at 13. That hits.
Don't remember life at 13. I don't remember even my childhood.
Number 3, beefing that one group of girls.
Okay. That one girl, not group of girls, but maybe one
No,
girl.
I definitely think like one group of girls. Number 4, not realizing when you're in your prime. Canon event.
Oh yeah, I hit my prime already.
You think?
Yeah, I think so. Actually, well, it depends what you consider prime.
I actually don't think I hit my prime. Yesterday we were looking at pictures from like 2 or 3 years ago, and Fran told me I looked big. I was like, thanks. I thought that was my prime.
No,
I actually thought. What?
That wasn't your prime.
I actually like in my head like would think like when I looked at that I was like, oh, like I looked.
Well, for me, I thought my prime was when I had fucking thick ass block eyebrows, eyelashes, long weave down to my ass. But now that I look at him, like that's definitely not my prime.
I think I'm like approaching my prime. Not gonna lie to you, which is weird because everyone keeps saying like I keep seeing everywhere, which we'll get into this after that. Like in between 26 and 30 is when you notice your face age. Like you yourself, you look at yourself and you're like,
you notice I looked different yesterday. And then he pulled me aside at the end. He goes, "You just look more mature." I was like, "Yeah, because I'm getting older. Like I'm literally getting older. I'm not like a 20-year-old. Like,
okay, one last one. Top 8 girl canon events.
Oh my god, okay, more. Okay, go.
Number 1, first boyfriend who destroys your concept of love. Canon event.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 2, going blonde, then going back to your natural color. I feel like you've done that.
Not blonde, but I've been like straw color. I don't even know what color it was.
It was literally like burnt orange.
Yeah, literally.
And she was trying to convince everyone it was caramel. I'm like, okay, it's literally orange. Number 3, finding out that you've been cheated on with a girl that looks nothing like you.
Okay.
That hasn't happened to me, but I
Never
can
cheated
imagine
on
that being a canon event. Number 4, the older man. Again, see, there's just like that one older aura that you just
gravitate towards you.
Number 5, first casual situationship after a long-term relationship.
Okay.
I've never had that. Number 6, the college glow up. I actually don't think I glowed up when I was in university.
Oh my god, ew.
I think I glowed up after. I was so stressed in university.
I wasn't stressed. I was just like wannabe like Guelph Western girl from Ryerson. So stupid.
I was just like depressed U of T girl trying to make it through the days.
No.
Without, yeah. Number 7.
I feel like the downtown air like polluted my skin and hair there. Like,
yeah.
Ugh.
Like imagine a day like today, like a rainy Monday,
yeah,
like having to go to U of T, feeling out like I was
Ryerson,
in Hogwarts.
Young and Dundas.
Yeah, but that's at least better because like there's vibes. At U of T, literally like nobody taught like
vibey.
I don't know. Number 7, the lover girl era to hating every man pipeline.
Okay.
Number 8, the girl everyone loves that ruined your life.
Oh my god, I can't think of not who ruined my life, but that girl who everyone loves that you don't understand why they love her. It's just like, is something wrong with me? Like, am I the evil person?
And the thing is, it's like you can't even say to anyone because you'll sound like a jealous bitch.
No, like,
and it's not even about being jealous. It's about like,
you don't get it. She's just one of the guys. Like, okay, who wants to just bang every single one of you?
She's so chill. It's like,
okay. It's like those girls who are like, how do you put on like mascara every morning? Like, I couldn't be bothered to do that.
I could never.
We can tell. We know.
Okay. Anyways, that was my little TikTok
like a hater there. I didn't even sound like a hater,
debacle.
But, I want to talk about something, and it's called drinking in your mid to late 20s. Because last weekend or 2 weekends ago for St. Patrick's Day, which is kind of, I went out with my Humber friends.
No, wait, Fran went out 2 weekends in a row, and I was like, "Are you okay?"
When did I go out 2 weekends in a row?
No, remember you went out the weekend before, or 2 nights in a row. You went to
Dinner.
dinner.
Yeah, but dinner doesn't
It wasn't
count.
out, but still, you were going out, and then like you went out with your Humber friends or whatever.
My Humber friends, I love them so much, but it's like a once in a month event because they live downtown. So like they're used to that, like going out and drinking and like I don't live downtown. So I'm not used to that. And when I do, I have to feel like I prepare for it. And I didn't prepare this one time. I thought we're going to go out for St. Patrick's Day. I'll have a drink or 2 or 3. I'll probably get like tipsy, not like drunk. I'll go home. I was sleeping at my Zia Rose's house because we thought we had a podcast the next morning. I had to wake up at like 7 o'clock. Okay. Excuse me. Whatever. So we go for St. Patrick's Day. Went to King Taps. It was fun. Like I was kind of just there. Kind of, I don't know what it is these days when I go out. I people watch more than ever. Like I just literally like look at people and just think what are you doing? Like what's your vibe? I don't know. I just like to people watch. Anyways, long story short, I got home at like 4 a.m. at my Aunt Rose's house. I was fucking starving. She has a baby, a 3-year-old kid. So like I couldn't like make noise, but he was crying the whole night because he was sick. So I go in the fridge. I'm trying to like ransack the cupboards. I find a little baby mandarin the size of my hand.
You ransacked Rose's fridge.
She told me she was get what you can find. I found a baby mandarin and then 2 cold pizza slices. Brought it upstairs in my room, and I was so tired that I slept in my makeup. I slept in my weave, and I went to bed. I woke up. There was makeup all over her pillow. I literally was like, ew. I felt gross. My armpits were fucking soaked. Like, ew. I just felt disgusting. I did. And then, sorry. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. And then I didn't even have time to take off my makeup, to eat breakfast, to drink enough water.
You came to the podcast in the same makeup?
No, I went home, took it off quickly, redid it. So it's like, I don't know, drinking your mid to late 20s.
It's like you almost like you can only do that if the whole next day you're doing.
No, literally, you
absolutely
just
nothing.
need preparation. That's my takeaway. If you're drinking in your mid to late 20s, at least for me, preparation is key. Otherwise, it just like creates this negative spiral loop. Oh, you didn't bring your skincare, you're gonna sleep in your makeup. You slept in your makeup, you're not gonna eat breakfast because you're gonna be so focused on taking your makeup off. It's just like, anyways, fun times though. Fun times.
I agree. I literally the other night, me and Roman were making like homemade pasta, and he was like trying to convince me to drink a glass of wine. I'm like scared to drink.
No, I can.
I don't know what it
Drink
is.
of
Like,
wine is fine, but
no,
like,
I know, but like I'm just like
I was taking like tequila shots, and I was like,
I was fine, but I'm almost just like so. Excuse me. I'm so focused on like health and like I want to be optimal and like blah blah blah. And it's almost like okay, one glass of
You
wine is
have to
going
let
to be
loose
fine.
sometimes.
Yeah, and like that's what he said. He was like, you can have one glass of wine, you're going to be okay. So I had it and I was fine. But like, yeah, I just get like I need to clear out my whole fucking next day.
yeah.
Like if I'm drinking tonight, tomorrow I'm doing like, but I can't. I literally can't clear out my whole. Like there's just too much to do.
You have to clear your whole schedule, but at least like the morning time, like do your skincare, drink enough water,
basically
have
need
a nice
double-
breakfast.
You need
like,
double the amount of time to do what you need to do.
Some people don't. My Humber friends don't. They wake up and like
I don't know how. That's
they
like
live downtown. That's the downtown life. I feel. Also, sorry, just so funny. Like this guy came up to me and was like trying to be like. I feel bad maybe talking shit about him. Maybe I won't talk shit.
he's not watching this.
I know, but I wasn't. I'm not trying to hate on him. It's just like those guys who like try to be different, who are like, I shouldn't even be here. I should be journaling.
Yeah. Oh,
I should be.
what?
He's like, I shouldn't even be here right now. I was like, why not? He's like, well, I should be journaling with my gratitude journal. And
He probably looked at you and was like, "She's a wellness
gratitude
girl,
girly. Yeah, and I was like,
self development girl. Let me like
He's
go
like- and
talk
he's
about
like-
journaling."
And then he just kept saying like, what am I still doing here? Like, no, I don't want another drink. I was like, hey, you're just
What?
like people would be asking him, do I want another drink? He goes, no, I shouldn't take that. I should be like journaling right now. Like, okay.
I like.
Anywho,
For example, like we're going to Vegas in September, right? Like I'm preparing now, like to party that much. You know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
not partying that much.
Fran.
My itinerary is pretty good. If any maid of honor is going to Vegas, if you want an itinerary, hit me up.
Like
Even though you're
the
living
last
it.
time I like went out like that was probably like I've definitely like, gone out for like casual things, but out was probably New Year's Eve. We had a booth in Fort Lauderdale at this like warehouse place. Bro, if we did not have a booth, I could not. It took me half an hour to get to the bathroom. The amount of girls in that bathroom.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
The amount of girls in that bathroom, and they were all like college. And they're like, oh my God, there's like 30-year-olds here. And I'm like,
you being 28, like that. I want to test a theory, and I know we have like dumb theories on here sometimes, but people like them. So,
Remember the smile theory? It's still going.
yeah, this one podcast like tried to like claim it as theirs. I'm like, hello, give us credit. Anyways, the theory is that people's toxic traits tend to be opposite of their love language. Okay, so it ties into the idea that people's toxic behaviors often come from a deep fear of not receiving love in the way that they need it. So, for example, my love language through and through is quality time. I love quality time. I like spending time with people I love, undistracted time. I value closeness. I value connection. So I'm reading this because I like worded it right. But my toxic trait or opposite of quality time is definitely overscheduling and overbooking myself to a T.
Oh my God.
So I was trying to think about this. I'm like, that is opposite of quality time. Like, I don't want to miss out on an opportunity to like not be busy or like to not form connections or do things with people. So I overbook myself, but because I feel like the more I overbook, the more I plan, the more connected I am to people. But it's not actually quality time because like it suffers. That quality time actually suffers because I'm too distracted with logistics, with planning, with commuting. I have to go here in 10 minutes. I have to be there. The dogs, this, that, the other. So for me, quality time, my toxic trait is definitely overbooking or overscheduling myself. I'm going to guess yours. You are type A. You like to control everything.
Okay.
You like to do things yourself all the time and not ask for help, really. Like, you rather just do it yourself. I think your love language is acts of service.
Yeah, it is.
I think this theory works. I'm
So-
trying to think of other people, but like no one's here right now. Maybe,
So
like,
my love language is definitely it probably is a little bit of quality time, but more acts of service. But at the same time, if someone does something and it's not like right, I get.
yeah, but you can't do acts of service wrong. Like, let's just say like you had a really busy day and Roman's like, hey,
No,
babe,
I like
I
that.
wash the dishes for you. You'd be like, oh.
No, I
that-
like that, but I'm saying like, okay, in terms of like relationships and friendships, acts of service, I really value. Like if somebody, let's say like we're planning a wedding, okay? So if someone's like, hey, I found this really sick vendor for you, like I gave them a call and like you have a meet with them. I would be like, oh my God, thank you. Like that I would value more than like hanging out with that friend. Like
yeah, so
for an
that'd
extended
be
period of
quality
time.
So you value acts of service more than
That's what I'm
quality
saying.
time.
Yeah, like I value that a lot, but then at the same time, my toxic trait is like,
Controlling it and doing
okay,
it
I don't
yourself.
like to control everything. I just like to do a lot and yeah, I guess kind of like control the situation, which I'm trying to work on because I even notice at work, like I'm trying to like be involved in too much and I'm starting to get like, okay, I feel like I'm like doing too much now because like I want to do stuff for other people and have them look at me and be like, oh my God, thank you for doing that. Like that was amazing. You know what I mean? But it's like, hey, I can't possibly do everything. So that does actually make sense.
So yeah, I'm curious if you guys, well, maybe we can ask
So
the
what? So that
question.
means that like if someone's love language is physical touch, their toxic trait is
Maybe being too clingy or not, or maybe not showing enough affection. I don't know. Maybe I feel like being too clingy would be it. Like having to like always like, I don't know. But mine makes sense, yours makes sense. I wonder if other people feel that way. What is your toxic trait? What is your love language? And is your toxic trait opposite of your love language?
which this brings me to something that I wanted to mention that I discovered in therapy. If anyone here is either a people pleaser or you are someone that feels like you need to always take care of things and like take care of other people, that is literally me. I always feel like I need to make sure like a situation is okay or like is gonna go well, if that makes sense. Like I don't like leaving something without knowing what's gonna happen or without making sure that the person involved in that situation is gonna be okay. And even if like it's annoying me, I'll still do it, even in an annoyed mood. Does that make sense? And I was talking to my therapist and we were like, I was telling her about a situation where I felt bad. And she was like, do you always feel like you're the fixer in relationships? Like you can't relax until everyone else is okay? And I'm like, yeah, literally in any relationship, like even if I don't outwardly, even with Fran, even if I don't outwardly express it, like for example, the other day, she wasn't answering my mom and we had like a meeting for something at like 12 and she wasn't answering my mom since like 10 a.m. and usually she
When?
would have been up at that time and feeding the dogs or whatever. So my mom was like, always comes to me about when Fran isn't answering or like something happens with Fran. My mom's always like, Sam, something happened to Fran. I'm like, Mom, nothing happened. But then 2 hours went by and apparently she still wasn't answering.
Where was I?
So my mom was like, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to go to the house and make sure she's there. So I was doing shit at home too, and I'm like, oh my God, I need to do X, Y, and Z. But then in my head, I'm like, okay, what if something actually happened and now my mom is stressed? So like for me, I felt like I needed to go there and see if Fran was actually like alive so that my mom could rest assured and that she was actually okay. So I go, it's like 1 o'clock.
Oh
She
my God,
just
yeah.
wakes up from the night that she was just talking about, the St. Patrick's Day night, because she was like,
No, that wasn't the night.
well, it was another night you went out.
No, it wasn't. No, I know.
Or she took Benadryl or some
I took
shit.
Benadryl and it fucking knocked me on my ass.
Anyways, so I got there and then I was finally able to be like, okay, Mom, like she's fine. I was like relaxed, but at the same time I was annoyed that I had to do that. But it just something in me couldn't tell my mom, yeah, Mom, I'm not going to actually go check on her. Like, I'm sure she's fine. Like, you'll just have to wait until she answers you. Like, something in me could not do that. And I'm
know
like,
why? I'm feeling why. Because I'm not shitting on anything, but it's because we grew up in a household where things were catastrophized a lot. My mom had anxiety. I think it passed it on to us. So it's like, it's hard for us not to catastrophize certain things. So me not answering for 2 hours means I'm dead.
yeah, and like, but that goes with like any situation, even at like a work thing or like a podcast thing. If something happens where it's like, oh shit, I made this mistake, I'm like, okay, well, I want to go in there and fix it and make sure I did that right so that it's fixed and like everyone can like chill. Even if in the back of my mind, I'm like, I don't want to do this. I shouldn't have to do this. It's like, why do I do it? Because I'm the one that feels like I need to be the fixer all the time. And like, I won't be able to relax until I know everyone else is okay and relaxed as well. And my therapist was like, why don't you try shifting your perspective? Because when I don't do it, she was like, what happens when you don't do it? What happens when you don't fix it or you don't check up on the person or you don't do what someone else should be doing? And I'm like, I feel guilty. In the back of my head, I'm just like, fuck, I feel so guilty because now this person's stressed or this person's worried or like whatever the case may be, or this person isn't actually going to get a checkup at the doctor and you're trying to make sure that they go get a checkup. And she's like, instead of spiraling in guilt, what if we got curious instead? So turning guilt into curiosity. Like, why am I feeling this way? And asking yourself, is it really my job to fix this? Like, ask yourself, like, do I really need to fix this? Like, even you sometimes, like when people ask you to do things that you actually don't really feel like should be your responsibility and you just say yes, it's like, is it really my job to fix this?
I would just do it anyways, though. What's the thing?
Yeah, but like, how do you differentiate being supportive versus taking on too much?
Boundaries.
Okay. So that literally says next, boundaries. It's okay. You tell yourself it's okay to care without carrying it all. So let's say someone in the family, because you are good with dogs, says, hey, you need to take my dog to the vet.
Example, Lucky, our Arduino's dog, literally, people thought it was dying. I thought it was dying. And I missed 2 days of work to stay at the emergency hospital with him. Do you remember?
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, just use an example. Like, we don't have to get specific. If let's say you're someone who knows and likes dogs, you are, and someone in the family is like, hey, you need to take my dog here because like he might be sick, or like, hey, can you take my dog to the groomer near you? Like, I really like the way your dog groomer does grooming. And you're like, okay, I really want to do it because like I want to make whoever this person is asking happy, and I really love the dog. And then you're going to start feeling bad for the dog. Mm-hmm. But then you reignite that boundary that you tell yourself with, it's okay to care without carrying it all. I care about the dog. I care about the person asking me to do this favor, but I can't possibly do all this right now because it's going to infringe on all the other things I need to do. Mm-hmm. So I do care. And that's when you tell the person like, hey, I really care about your dog. And like, I really care about like the fact that you want to get him groomed or like you want to take him to the vet to check this, but I'm not able to do it right now.
Yeah.
And honestly, I've been practicing doing that in my life. And sometimes even friend, like I'll say like, sorry, I can't do that. And she'll like, and people will say shit. They'll be like, why? You're not doing anything. Why? It's just this. It's just 5 minutes away. It's just like, but you have to remember like the only person who's going to stick to your boundaries is you. And like, if you feel like you can't carry something right now, you just have to keep reiterating that to the person until they finally get it.
Facts.
Anyways, that was my little therapy session kind of that I've been reflecting on lately, because I thought it's such a simple thing, but I feel like it really relates to a lot of people.
So someone reached out to me recently, DM me actually, and asked this question. Am I a shit sister for not crying seeing my sister do her wedding festivities? And it was the most relatable question I have ever heard in my life. And I was pondering on this, and we are kind of going back and forth.
Who said this to you?
I'm
Can you
not
show
going
me?
to say now.
Just show me.
No, I'll tell you later. Can you just ruin the whole vibe?
Sorry.
Part out. And it was the most relatable question because I felt that way before. And I'm wondering if any other sisters who have not the typical lovey-dovey sister dynamic has felt this way before. Sam was trying on her wedding dress. I did not shed a tear.
But I didn't shed a tear.
I
either.
know, but I didn't. But my mom was crying.
No,
and like,
she wasn't.
Nadia was. Yes, she was. Nadia was like, oh, tearing up, and I was kind of sitting there like,
Mom was not really crying, friend.
She was. Or like at the engagement party, mom was crying and tearing up, and I was.
But I wasn't either.
I understand. It's not about you though. I'm talking about me. Like, you see on TikTok, you see on Instagram, you see on these videos, like the sisters are bawling their eyes out, or like, oh my god, like I'm just so sad and emotional, or like people in the comments would be like, that's a true sister right there, like crying. Oh, that's how you know she like loves you, and I'm like. I have not cried once. Maybe it's not because the day hasn't come. Who knows? Maybe on the wedding day I'll like bawl my eyes out. But
I just don't.
Can you wait till I'm finished?
Sorry.
I was emotional in the sense of like I was overfilled with joy. Obviously, seeing her get the dress that she wanted, like it looked beautiful, and I was like really happy for her and like happy. But I show my love to her in different ways when like we're wedding planning, and it's not by crying. And again, maybe it's not because the wedding day hasn't come, but I just think this brought me to like a deeper reflection that showing love on a wedding day or like through special occasions looks different to everybody. My best friend got married. I didn't cry when she walked down the aisle. All of the bridesmaids were crying. And like one made a comment, like, you didn't cry, friend. I was like, do I have to fucking bawl my eyes out to show that like I love her and I'm happy for her? Like, no, I show her love in other ways by doing things for her, by like being there for her, for being happy and for being in a good mood and positive. I just don't outwardly cry. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Like, I don't know. It doesn't mean that like I love that person any less. And I just feel like there's a pressure. There's a certain pressure, or like it's like taboo almost, like to feel a certain way or act a certain way seeing these things. So I don't know. Everyone around me was emotional. Everyone around me was kind of crying. And I was just sitting there like, I'm not. Like, does that make me a shit sister or a shit maid of honor? Like, I don't.
But I'm the same way. Like, I got emotional, but I didn't like actually bawl my eyes out, because that's just not how I express emotion either. Even when I was shopping for my own wedding dress, I was like, yeah, I really like this one. I think
like she wasn't first of all, I feed off her emotion, I feel, and like we just aren't outwardly emotional. We never have been. Again, who knows? The day can come and I can be fucking bawling my eyes out.
Like, I'm sure there'll be aspects of the day, like even when you get married, that like would make me like cry maybe, but like I don't really cry out of happiness. Like, I cry when I'm sad.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like that's just how like, I know a lot of people cry when they're happy, or like they cry when they feel very proud. I cried when I graduated. When I graduated, I cried, but it was almost like relief.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It was like I wasn't sad that I was graduating. I was very happy and very relieved. So I cried. I cried when I quit my job with no backup. Again, not because I was sad, but because like I was like, wow, I was brave enough to do this. Like, I cried. But I've never been like happy. I've never happy cried. I know like a couple of times at weddings, I've definitely like teared up. Like, I've teared up just out of like you know,
yeah.
But like, I don't know. I'm not really like that either. I'm just like, and again, maybe on my own wedding day, maybe I will cry. Maybe I won't.
That's the thing. Like, if you don't cry, people are like, you didn't even cry on your wedding. It's like, yeah, but like, I don't have to. Like, I don't have to show that emotion to show that I care about something. And that's what I think a lot of people think. And that's why I feel like me and this girl were kind of like relating over it. Like, yeah, like every sister relationship and sibling dynamic is different. Like, some sisters go full on fucking boss planning mode and I will plan everything but won't cry. Some sisters will cry a lot. Some sisters will like, you know what I mean? And there's this pressure of being a maid of honor, I feel, when you are the sister, to like outwardly show that, to show that you care. Like, who the maid of honor, like, oh, when
pressure from who?
From other people. I don't know how to explain it. Just like, or even like pressure from yourself. Like, I don't know, like, am I going to have a really good maid of honor speech that's going to make everyone cry and like show my love for my sister? Like, meanwhile, I literally created my maid of honor speech 8 months ago. Like, but not for to make you cry, but that's just how I show up. Like I show up to make sure you feel cared about through my words. But it's like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, basically, I think what I'm trying to say is like every sister relationship and dynamic looks different. I don't think you need to cry on these certain events and days in order to show that you care. I know it's a big physical indicator that someone cares, but if you don't, and if you're not an emotional person or don't outwardly cry, I don't think that makes you obviously a bad sister, a bad maid of honor, or a bad friend. It's just how you show your emotion. Like that comment that one of the bridesmaids like said to me kind of irked me. It's like, okay, I didn't cry and you did. Does that make you a better friend than I am? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. But I just thought it was relatable because I felt the same way when Sam was doing her wedding festivities. I'm like, I'm not like emotional right now. Am I fucking, is something wrong with me? Am I a sociopath?
No, but like a lot of like the wedding industry in general, there's just like so much
Like extravaganza.
yeah, and it's like it's just that's how you enjoy the planning and like going through this. Like it's just I don't want to say it's just another day, but like I'm saying like not the wedding day. I'm saying that like the planning part of it. They're just days that go by that like it's like okay, today we get to go do a dress. Today we get to go do cake tasting. Like you know what I mean? So it's just kind of like I don't know, like you just enjoy it and treat and just be very mindful and like don't put so much pressure to make it like a thing. I don't know, like I
No, it's true because social media has made it like that. Movies has made it like that. Oh, when you try on your dress, you cry. This is a one, like, oh my god, like, and everyone cries around
didn't
you.
do that.
And like some
I'm very picky with how things look on me. So like I wasn't looking for a dress that made me feel this like
just want it to look
princess.
good.
I just wanted to wear a dress that made me look snatched and good and like fit my personal body. And when I got it, I was like, this suits me. Like this looks great. If I continued on my search, I'm just gonna be searching for a feeling that I'm never gonna get. Because I just like won't get there. And like maybe some people are like, oh, maybe you could have. It's like maybe, but like I could have been searching forever because I just know I'm not that type of person that's gonna like put on a wedding dress and like have an overwhelming sense of emotion where I just need to cry. And some people do. And if you have that experience, I think that that's amazing. I just know myself and I knew that I wouldn't have that experience where I put on a dress and get an overwhelming sense of emotion. I was just trying to find something that I really loved fashion wise and that was like fashion forward, but also fit me right. And I did. And now that's it. I don't want to keep thinking about like, oh shit, I didn't cry. So does that,
that's what I'm trying to say. Like it doesn't. I don't think it matters.
Um,
But it was relatable. I was like, that's a good question because I felt that way. So if you feel that way, just know you're not a shit sister or a shit maid of honor or a shit friend. Like everyone shows their emotion differently.
All right, you guys, this was a fun little rant session. But as promised, we're going to do a little 60-day update on our mouth taping journey. I'm going to be honest with you. The first 30 days, I was looking for like physical indications that it was working, meaning like, the whole snatched jawline or like my mouth shape and stuff like that. But I didn't see anything yet. So I was like, okay, let me wait. Let me like do it a little bit longer. You know how they say habits take like about 3 months to actually like formulate. So around the 60-day mark, I took a photo. Now you're going to notice a slight definition in my jawline because of the mouth tape that I've been wearing every night. That in conjunction with like other wellness things I've been doing, like we don't want to sit on here and be like, wear mouth tape and you're going to get a snatched jawline. That's it. Like, obviously not. Like, there's other things in my life that I do to try and, de-bloat, de-puff. But this is like before and after the 60 days using the mouth tape. Like, I think that my jawline was like okay before, but the after photo kind of shows you the way in which like, it's almost like my jawline adjusted because I've been like very consistent with this mouth tape every single night. When I don't have it now, I definitely feel weird. I feel weird not wearing it. I kind of feel empty almost. I don't know how to explain it. Like I went from first trying it and feeling like I might feel claustrophobic to now that I'm used to it, feeling like I'm empty without it. So I can definitely say the physical difference is there. If you were skeptical about that, it definitely worked for me. Fran is almost at her 60-day mark, so she can definitely update you with that when she gets there. But
well, I wanted to say for me, it's not more. I was not a huge mouth breather to begin with. Again, my main difference was the dry mouth. Like I wasn't waking up with dry mouth or waking up parched, like needing water in the morning when I was using the mouth tape. And also the mouth tape now has been a part of my night routine where it's like, I put this on, I'm shutting up. Nobody
Yeah.
talk to me. My phone's going away. Like I can physically not, I can't speak. So like it's my mental cue to wind down, read, maybe do some quiet podcast work, maybe watch a YouTube video and get into bed and like not speak to anybody, not pick up the phone, not FaceTime, not do this, not do that. It's like a mental reset for me. So that's been a huge part of it now. Like once that goes on my mouth, I'm on D&D mode, you know, which I love because it just reminds me that like this is now time to wind down, to go to bed and to get like a good night's sleep.
I'm going to keep doing this. It's not going away from my nighttime routine. Highly recommend you check it out. It is at the link in our bio if you want to check out what Mintier has to offer. They have a bunch of different style mouth tapes. I like the classic green one. I like the vibe of it. It's like girly, trendy, cute.
They have a
Love
cute
the
coffee
shape.
one.
They have a coffee collab one. And then they also have other products like tongue scraper, which I also use every single day, every single morning. Super important. But yeah, we want to give you guys that update because we want to try products for an extended period of time to actually see if they work. We're not like a one and done and then like promote it type of girl or people.
We want to make sure it's beneficial for like our audience and also for ourselves. Like if we don't like it, we're not gonna promote it.
Yeah, we genuinely believe in the product and it's worked for us. So give it a try. Let us know what you think. But other than that, thank you for listening and watching to today's episode.
Let us know if you guys like the vibe, the space.
I'm not wearing jeans next time, so I'll be a little bit more.
We'll
like,
be
relaxed.
here in other episodes. I mean, if you guys don't like it, it's kind of too bad. But I mean, it's definitely a change of scenery. And it's different. It's kind of moody that I like. It's like very earthy and greeny and
Yeah, and also
smart. Like it reminds me of like I feel smart.
I
don't know
feel
how to-
smart.
I don't know how to explain it. It gives that feeling of like
I also want to say that something we haven't done in a while is like if you've made it to the end of this podcast, something we haven't done is questions, like sending in questions, anything about like relationships, friendships, wellness, which is something we've been talking on a lot right now, wedding planning, which we're both like in the midst of. So send us in any questions you have. We'd love to answer them on an upcoming episode and kind of get like listeners more involved again. So yeah,
put a poll on our Instagram.
we'll put a little poll. And yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe, please. Thank you. And like and do all of that. And see you next time.
Bye guys.
Bye.